Yo, so what's going on, guys? It's Pwnstar, and this is a little bit of closed beta gameplay from the game Hawken. It is a free-to-play game. You guys can sign up, prepare for it, get ready. It is currently in closed beta. I do have about 10 keys left to give away to you guys. If you want to go ahead and sign up, there are also other ways to play the game before it is fully released here on the 12th of December. So I'll leave a little annotation in the top corner of your screen, as well as in the description below. Go sign up. Go get prepared. It can help you, get your name set up and everything like that. So definitely get a chance to play this game a week or two before it comes out. So if you want to go ahead, do so now. Without further ado, the game is great. This was my very first game. It's one of those games that you can hop into brand new, still have a lot of fun, still get kills, play around with. It's basically a mech assault kind of first-person shooter, if you will. But without further ado, I want to hop into the commentary topic today. And this commentary topic stems from a nightmare that I used to have as a child. As a kid, I used to get repetitive nightmares. I used to watch my father play Resident Evil, right? So I'd dream that, everything would go through normally and then Nemesis would bust through my fucking wall. I used to dream about Nightmare on Elm Street. So it was a dream inside of a dream, and then, he just decided to finger my butthole with his scissor hands. And, it's just always so unusual, and I'd get these dreams over and over and over again. So they kind of still reside inside of my mind. I can still feel them and remember them sometimes. And I used to get these, I go on weeks long having the same nightmare every night for 3 weeks in a row. I used to love horror movies. It happened a lot, and I used to love scary games too. So I used to have one where I used to be trapped inside of a pet store, if you will. I used to be trapped inside of a pet store, and I think this honestly came from watching Jumanji as a kid. Because it was kind of like your standard pet store. All the animals were inside their pets still, except for they were extremely vicious. They were all inside their cages and everything, except for all the walls were built with giant vines everywhere. You know what I mean? So it was still kind of set up that way. So the walls I was kind of inside of a room that was kind of like a jungle. You know what I mean? I was kind of barricaded in, and I was inside the store because I remember the store. It was our pet land that we had around. If you've never been inside a pet store, it's basically domestic pets. You have birds, fish, stuff like this. Our store had, tarantulas, scorpions, baby crocodile alligators or whatever, dogs, cats, gerbils, hamsters, fucking slugs. Everything you can think of was inside this little store. And it got very, very unusual because all of these things were extremely feral and cranky, and they all had their frowny faces on. They were ready to eat each other. It was insane. So I'd had this nightmare, and I started to think, what would happen? Now that I'm an adult, I start to think and reflect, what would happen if I went into a pet store right now, I, threw a Chipotle burrito in the floor and opened all the cages and said, go for it, right? Who would win? I mean, do you think there would be any alliances? Do you think, the frogs and the fish will team up and they'll be yo, I'll tongue tie him, I'll bring him to the ground, and you go splash bag the fuck out of him or something? You know what I mean? I mean, what do you worry about? I mean, first look, I mean, the fish aren't going to do anything, right? They're just snacks. Unless, of course, they evolve into Gyarados, and then it's over, bro. It's over. But I start to think, what would happen if somebody just went on a rampage, wanted to be an asshole, and opened up all the gates inside there and made them fight for themselves, I know it's kind of fucked up. It's animal cruelty, but this is just for commentary purpose. And I had a dream, a nightmare, that this kind of stuff happened, and they all went at each other. I saw birds scratching the eyes out of dogs and stuff like this. I figured the birds would team up together, and them motherfucking parrots, they go in. I got bit by a parrot one time. They got this this little hook kind of thing in the top of their beak, which is what they use to crack and tear through things. That motherfucker snapped my fucking finger. Oh my god! And it does work. It'll take skin off. If not, take your whole fucking finger off. These things are clever. So birds are very dangerous. You look at them and you're like, man, those cats are gonna take those down. Cats would probably get them. Dogs would probably get them too. But birds can do some heavy damage. And I would honestly think that a lot of those things would be crazy. There are not really too many poisonous things. I'm sure if, they had anacondas in the store too. So I think the last man standing, in all honesty, would probably be the big ass fucking snake. It'd be able to defend itself in most situations unless the dogs gangbanged it or something. So I started to think, what would be the last thing standing? And I honestly thought it would be some of the big, what the fuck, Mr. Sweet Tooth landing in front of me. I started to think that it would most likely be the big dogs that are in there, the Great Danes and stuff. I figured those would be the ones to survive. You got to worry about the little things. I don't think there are any too poisonous stuff. They're lizards and stuff like that. But I started to think what would happen if somebody opened that? It's kind of weird, I know it's an unusual commentary topic, but I used to have a nightmare And it was like these guys, they always had red eyes, you know, the whole Cujo kind of fucking, they were all rabid and pissed off and shit, like they lost all their money in the stocks or something. You know, they were like mad as fuck. They were upset. You go to McDonald's and they're out of chicken nuggets. How fucking unhuman is that? It's un-American. So they were like all mad at each other. They all start going at each other. Nobody's really choosing sides in this nightmare. It's just blood everywhere, dog heads flying everywhere. And I'm just kind of in the middle like a spectator. Like, they're not giving a fuck about me. It's not like I'm commentating over it, but I was sitting there scared, probably eliminating on myself. And so worried about what was going on. And I have to admit that it used to scare me. I used to have this nightmare day after day after day. And now as a kid, I can still see it. It's like playing in my mind right now. I'm watching it happen over and over and over again. So it's not going to affect me as much now. But I thought that was crazy. I mean, what would you do? And then as a person, I started to think, would I try to save any of these animals? And then I realized I probably would. And just being who I am, I'd probably want to save the dogs. So I'd probably assist the dogs. I'd try my best to kill all the snakes, step on all the scorpions and spiders. I probably wouldn't hurt any of the cats. I'd probably just like bag those fuckers. I don't know. I'd throw them in the water and piss them off. You know, cats hate water. But again, I love wet pussies, so I don't know. So I started to think like, what would I do if I wanted to defend them? And you know, I care about dogs, I care about cats, I care about everything. But if I had to pick one to survive, it would probably be the dogs. So I wanted to ask you guys, what would you want to save? Would you guys want to save the cats, the dogs? Who would you side up with? Like if it was like a free-for-all and you had one group to side with and your life depended on who you saved, I'd probably go with the big-ass dogs. That or the snake. The snake's not going to fucking catch me, though. I don't think it would. I don't know. I've never tried to run from it. Now I'm scared of snakes. I want to have nightmares tonight. I'm so mad right now, bro. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary. Hopefully you guys got your mind thinking a little bit. I shared you guys one of my nightmares. If you guys have any other crazy, you know, versus kind of things you'd like to see what would happen, or my thoughts on if somebody fought each other or something, or if you have any other crazy commentary ideas, leave a comment down below. I'd love to go ahead and go across those. I feel like my commentary's been lacking a little bit more lately, and I wanted to start going into some goofy, funny commentaries like I used to. So if I'm not teaching, I don't want any boring commentaries. If you guys aren't going to laugh like 10 times the commentary, I'm going to be upset. So I'm going to try my best to do what I can. So if I don't think I can create an honestly decent or intriguing or interesting, unique commentary or funny commentary, I'm probably not going to put a commentary up for that day. So I'm going to try my best to do what I can for you guys. Hopefully you guys understand that. But anyways, like I said, this game is Hawken. It's a free-to-play. Go sign up right now. Try to get your copy free. It is in closed beta. It'll be fully released here in about a week. So thanks for watching, guys. Drop a rating on the video. A like and favorite really helps my channel out a lot. And I want to thank you guys for the support. Peace out, guys. Get it.